Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Fee Gordon here with us, and she's a hypnotherapist and also helping businesses really, make more money. So, Fee, welcome to the podcast. So please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Tony. Really good to be here. My name's Fee. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, NLP, EFT practitioner. I'm using lots of different modalities within my work. Um, I work with different people, but in general, my main body of clients are all coaches and therapists who want to break through to a next level within their work and within their business, actually, within who they can, how they can reach people, how they can impact people, and their own personal expansion. Yeah.
Absolutely. And how do you do this? You actually help them through hypnotherapy, or there is other systems, or what actually happens when someone actually works with you?
Yeah, hypnotherapy is one of the modalities I use. I tend to lead with it because everybody knows what it is. So it's easy to say, oh, I'm a hypnotherapist. But actually, what I do is really complex in the sense that it's a nuanced balance of many different modalities. I'm working on the subconscious and I'm also working on the energetic. Um, but what I tend to do is this in a nutshell. I find out from people what they really want to release in terms of the way that they feel, think, or behave and what they really want instead. And I do this on a deep level so that we're accessing the subconscious. So often the answers they get are quite surprising. It's not what they think.
Mhm.
But once we have that, we've got a roadmap for the subconscious mind to start moving towards. And actually, like that means that the subconscious mind starts finding solutions towards this even outside of my sessions. So this is a really important like clarity building moment. Then we look at all the different bits and pieces that are pulling them off track, because even when they know their deepest heart's desire, there are parts of their mind, Tony, as you know very well in this game, that will be pulling them back into procrastination, into distraction, into overcommitting, into all the things that are stopping us getting there. And so the next stage is for me to really work with all of these pieces and really bring them back in so that they are repurposed and that we are like the whole of that person is moving with one voice towards their goal. And then the next part of my process is very deep healing work. So then I'm working with um, locating the echoes of their former self that are still in pain in their energy field, because
Mhm.
that pain in their energy field is messing with their vibe, with the way that they can manifest, with the way they magically produce and magnetize the results they want. So that is really important, that deep healing. I don't have to go to everything that's ever happened to them. We don't have to talk endlessly like you do in counseling or psychotherapy. We can do that relatively quickly and with precision. And then it's the beautiful rewiring. This is the actual upgrade where we rewire the subconscious mind so that they can access that beautiful state of mind that we put at the beginning as an aim, and that is really their highest frequency that's going to magnetize them the results they want. So it's like, I mean, I know that you were a sports psychologist with tennis players, right? It's a little bit like when you anchor your tennis player into the moment they last hit an ace, It's like getting them into that state that's going to magnetize them results. So that's basically what I do with everyone.
Great stuff. Yeah. Okay. So on top of that, obviously, yeah, one of the main things we would like to know as well is how people can work with you.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where they're at. As I say, I do reserve some spots just for on the ground therapy, and that's because I've had such incredible results with people on different levels. One of my clients had came to me with bipolar. He was a man in his 50s. He'd had bipolar his whole life. He'd been hospitalized many times, sectioned, and we worked together for 2 years. That's the longest I've ever worked with anyone actually one to one, 2 years. But at the end, was completely symptom free and came off all his medication for bipolar. So like it's one of my biggest victories that I get excited about. So I always keep some therapy on the ground for people who come to me with anything like that. Um, I also have people in a group coaching container. They can come to me. It's quite low ticket. And we do like monthly energetic recalibrations. They have beautiful neuro tools that can bring them to the vibration of magnetizing their desires. And I also do some just ask me anything coaching calls in there where they can bring the strategy they've learned and we can actually nuance it, because most people have learned a load of strategy already when they're building their business. They just haven't mastered how to nuance it to make it work for them. And that takes a lot of brainstorming back and forth. It's quite subtle, but once you get it and you understand what's really right for you and your business, then things fly, because all the strategies work. Actually, they all work for someone. They just maybe haven't worked for you yet, and we can tend to like fob ourselves off telling ourselves it's not aligned or it doesn't work, but actually they all work. We just have to like start to utilize them correctly, or find the ones that are right for us, you know. So that's all in the coaching container. And then I do some VIP work as well, which is very specifically what you're talking about. And that is really helping people to anchor into a more expansive state. And that's where we specifically are looking for the blocks, the wealth blocks, you know, the income blocks, the things that are stopping them from being visible online, the things that are stopping them from really stepping out into the highest version of themselves. So that's like really exciting. One of my clients I worked with just last year, she did that piece of work. We did 12 sessions together in a high ticket container, and she then went on to have her first $100,000 sales.
How
It was
much?
in over
Sorry,
2 months.
sorry. How much did you say?
She said she's closed $100,000 in sales in her business after we finished working together, which was the first time she'd done that, which felt really good for her.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm working at those different levels.
Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. And so if someone wants to actually get in touch with you, learn more about you, or connect to you, how they can do that?
Yeah, well, I'm on Facebook, Fiona Gordon. I'm on Instagram, Fee Gordon Therapy. You can find my website, which is Fee Gordon Therapy. You can email me, feegordontherapy.com. And I'm delighted always to connect with anyone and happy to share any insights I have.
Exactly. And what piece of advice, just before we go, obviously, like what piece of advice you can share with our audience if they, for example, have some blocks when it comes to money or manifesting or, just expanding in their business?
I would say everybody has blocks. First of all, I'd say it's absolutely natural and normal. Everyone, if you're in a seven-figure business, you still have a block to get to the next level. Everybody does. So I think we have to just get really familiar with the job in itself, which is always striving for more. And that doesn't mean it's because we're not good enough. It doesn't mean it's because we're not content. Um, like we have to like be radically accepting of ourselves as perfectly imperfect, but at the same time, like devoted to expansion, because that being the very best version of ourselves is just so exciting on every level. It's
Mhm.
not really about the money, although the money is exciting, but it's what the money brings. The money brings choices. The money brings power to change the world. And what I'm all about is bringing the money in this world into the power of the healers, into the power of the conscious people who want to make the world a better place. Because right now, the money is in the hand of all the billionaires that exist right now. And this world is not in a good state. But like, what would the world be like if all that money was in the hands of people who are making good choices? You know, who care about each other, who want people to be happy, who want to be fair, you know, who want to support small businesses, local businesses, who want to support charities. This, is my passion. So yeah, anyone who's got money blocks, I just think we have to be devoted to releasing them. And actually, it's simpler and easier than you think.
Wonderful. Yeah. Fee, thank you so much for being a guest. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for also sharing those wonderful tips. And thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe. And also, if you have any questions for Fee or me, you can ask them in the comments. See you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.